Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? It's Michael Alder here from CarpetExpertBlueprint.com, and it's time to talk about something near and dear to all of our hearts, and that's money. So here's the real question. How much do carpet installers actually make? So before we get into a real figure here, carpet installations allow me to have a fat crib, hot tubs, boats, cars, and tons of junk. What, you don't believe me? Check out my pad. Did you see the boat? Did you see the hot tub? Did you see all the stuff? You know I'm balling out of control now. No, but seriously, when I drove past that, I had to catch a video of that. And what's really funny, the house right next door to it actually was super sick. Awesome crib. So imagine that being your neighbor there. And you know that guy was a carpet guy. We're total hillbillies. But seriously, if you reach out and ask Google how much carpet guys make per year, they tell you about $44,000. And I would say that's actually pretty accurate for the vast majority of carpet guys. I'd say 44 to 60,000 a year. Now, you get all these other carpet guys out there that say, I make 100 grand a year. And the ones that are saying that are pretty much doing the math on their peak season where they're cracking a couple grand a week and they think they make that year round. But really, they're only doing that for about 6 months out of the year, and then the other months, it shaves way back. But that's not to say you can't make 1, 2, 3, even 400,000 a year in personal income in the flooring game with just a few simple tweaks. And I'm gonna share with you how to do that. First things first, if you are running crews and working for a store, one way to get into the multiple six figures per year is to run massive crews. Now, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of headache and a lot of stress, but absolutely you can make multiple six figures a year in personal income by just running crews and dealing with all their nonsense. Now, if you're in the industry, you already know the level of drama that comes with dealing with all these guys. You got baby mama drama, you got drug problems, you got financial problems from these guys. Every excuse in the book you have to be willing to handle to go ahead and scale to those numbers. Now, if you're only making 50 grand a year, you might want to take on those headaches there to get into the 150, 250 range so you can really set up a good, great lifestyle for your family. But another way to go about doing that is learning how to sell product. Now, when you sell product, you basically double your income, sometimes 2.5 times your income right off the rip there. So all it is creating margins on the existing product, taking a little more time to show the samples to your clients, closing them out, and installing right away. All we're doing is the Empire model, but not ripping people off because they hit people over the head because they have to cover all that marketing expense. And the crazy part about it, a lot of the guys I talk to in the industry say they're not salesmen, they hate being salesmen. Well, at the end of the day, if you're not willing to go the extra mile, then you really don't want to set up a great lifestyle for your family. So you have to be willing to sell and close out these deals. If you're not selling, somebody else is gonna sell and they're taking the commission. So why not bring that home to your family and create a better lifestyle? So let's jump into some paperwork here. I'm gonna draw this out for you so you can see exactly how this is done. I'm also gonna share with you some marketing tips you can use to go ahead and start right away, because let's be real, we are in one super stimulated economy. Money is really easy to get your hands on right now, and we need to take advantage of that before it goes bust and we say, I coulda, woulda, shoulda, and now you're stuck grinding just to get by again. Let's dive into this. All right, so let's dive into some real numbers and let's keep it conservative and realistic to the point where I know anybody could achieve this. So if you're an installer, you're fully capable of doing 80 yards a day. Now, you're gonna have those spikes where you're gonna do 125 a day, and then you're gonna have those bummy days where you only get 50 yards a day. So we're keeping this conservative. We're figuring 80 yards a day. You better not get lazy on me here because we're planning on working 6 days a week to get this money. So if you do 80 yards a day, and I'm just gonna say labor rate of $4 a yard, which is a little bit low, but we are keeping this conservative so we can follow the numbers here. So we're getting $4 a yard at 80 yards a day. Base pay equals $320 a day. And we are definitely working 6 days a week, which is going to be $19.20 every week times 52 weeks comes out to $99,840. So just shy of 100 grand here if you do this. So that's kind of whatever. Everybody thinks that's a big hotshot number after taxes and yada yada. It's nothing. But out of this 80 yards here, you're gonna have days where you're gonna have furniture to move, you're gonna have old carpet removal, and this is gonna stack up here. So let's say that, and me personally, we're charging on our labor rate is $2 for furniture and $2 for old carpet removal just on the basics. Now, if there's pianos, those are extras, but we're keeping the math simple here. So, right off the rip with our math here, we're just shy of 100 grand. So let's do furniture and removal. And let's keep the math exactly the same, but we're gonna switch it up in the end here. So we got $4 a yard for furniture and removal, which would be $320 a day if it was every single one, $920 a week, 99,000, just shy of 100 grand. But the reality is you're only gonna get that about half the time because your clients are gonna wanna save money. So that's actually only gonna bring you in, let's say 49,920 for furniture and removal, which will take your annual income to, does that come out to 149,760. So just under 150 grand right here. But you're probably gonna have a helper. You're probably gonna have, you know, supplies, things like that to pay for. So let's just figure a third of that is your take home pre-tax, which takes you right back down to 99,840. So you're just shy of 100 grand after you pay your helper, blah, blah, blah. So once again, you could do all right with this, but we're talking about making real money here. So I had talked about two different ways about getting into the multiple six-figure range after you pay everybody. One is doing a workroom. And some people love this idea. Not for me, but we're gonna do the math on it anyway so you can see how much money you could actually make on it. So let's say you go to the workroom at first and we follow the exact same formula. You land like an Empire Carpet, a Lowe's, a Home Depot, some big franchise in your area. You handle all the installers. Let's say you got 5 crews, and we're just gonna do the same math. Each one of them you're sending out with 80 yards a day. Half of the jobs are gonna end up with furniture and removal. So each one of these crews is gonna generate 149,760 times 5 is, you're actually getting into some real numbers here, 748,8. So $750,000 if you run a workroom would be your gross income. But that's not your take. You got 5 nightmares you got to hang out with full time and listen to these guys. So next you're going to go ahead and take roughly 5% or 20%, I'm sorry, of this take. So your cut out of this 748,8 is going to be 149,760, and then we're going to say this is your take home if you're doing work as well, which will take your annual income up to 249,600. So in personal income pre-tax, $250,000 right there. Not bad. Now we're getting into some decent numbers. You can do stuff with your family. Life's getting good. But let's say you don't want to deal with 5 crews. Personally, I've done it. I hate it. Not for me. So let's say we're not dealing with 5 crews. We want to do this on our own. The best way to do this is get good at selling. So you sell your own jobs. You go ahead and go on a referral basis plus local marketing. You do shop at home service to keep your overhead low. And every single job, there's going to be a minimum $5 a yard margin for you. So let's follow the same exact math formula here. If you are doing 80 yards a day at $5 per yard, 6 days a week, 52 weeks a year, it's going to bring you in 124,800 just in sales commissions. On top of that, we're going to do the 99,840 in labor after you've paid your helper, all that fun stuff, which would take your income to 224,640. So me personally, there's 2 different routes to go about this, obviously. Me personally, I will sell all day long to avoid the headache of working with 5 crews to make $250,000. If this was my actual personal formula here, I would take the $25,000 hit on this to go ahead and be completely stress-free in life. And then I know how to multiply my money on the side as well through investments and things. So this is the route I would take. Some people cannot stand the thought of selling. So if you want to take on a workroom, deal with 5+ crews and expand that way, you could still generate a super awesome living, which most people don't even know or try to do in this business. But the purpose of this whole video is to show you that real money is made in the flooring industry, just most people don't know how to tap into it. So if you have any questions about this, about how to expand, how to sell, how to market, feel free to comment below. I'll go ahead and create a video answering your question. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next video.